All right. Ugh. You know how it is. You know the vibes. To start off, for just like ever, for a long time, my favorite thing, like my favorite activity to do, is just to get out and get my body moving. Going out on a run, lifting weights in the gym, or going on a bike ride has always created this like sense of calm and focus in my life that's pretty much impossible to replicate otherwise. As a kid, I would fill up a backpack full of water for the day and snacks, and I would run out into the woods all day long. Basically, the only thing you can do out there is to run around, and so that's what I did. And as an adult, I can't necessarily get away with putting on a backpack and running into the woods every single day, though I do put on backpacks and run into the woods when I can. So I just try to replicate it in other ways, such as just like I said, in like daily runs and strength training and stuff like that. And it has a very similar effect. It's a positive effect. Making time to get out and be as active as possible often is the most positive part of my day. Coming home from work and throwing on my running shoes and taking that time to myself to go on a run really helps me decompress from that day and just move forward. Alright, now I know that the internet is absolutely littered with people that are just giving you all sorts of advice about exercise and telling you that, you gotta wake up at 4 a.m. and you gotta get on the grind and you gotta be running 10 miles every day, or else, like, what are you doing with your life? I almost never wake up at 4 a.m. That is something that I'm not particularly inclined to do. And when I do, it's often because I have to and not because I am telling myself to in order to go on a run. Instead, in this video, I want to talk about how exercise looks and feels different for everybody, because we all have different bodies and we all have different levels of experience and different things that we enjoy doing. So I want to talk about this other perspective of just getting active in a way that works for you. Some people really like to wake up in the morning and do their workout before they eat breakfast, right? This is controversial. People don't like this, but I would rather eat a big meal and then immediately do a workout. And I know that some people in the audience are probably going to be like, "Yo, what? That's horrible. Like this, I would vomit immediately." And I understand. I don't blame you. But that's just my process. And some people like to wake up and just do it on an empty stomach, and that's insane to me. So, because I just can't, I would pass out. Like, that sounds insane. A full night's sleep is an incredibly valuable thing to me. And so I always try to get a full night's sleep and a full belly before I do my workout, and that allows me to get the most out of it. Whatever an active lifestyle can look like for you, as long as it's not sitting on the couch, right? Like I am right now. I'm just chilling in this nice chair. I think it's wonderful to get out and get active however you can, right? So if that means taking your dog for an extra long walk in the mornings or doing straight up ultra marathons, then more power to you. I think that you should do whatever feels good for you. And I just want to share some of my experience with the exercise that I do so that maybe I can extend an inspirational hand or a helping hand to people who are looking for a place to start, right? Ultimately, this channel is designed to help you pursue your goals and your active lifestyle on your own terms. Exercising in any capacity really kind of gives you the freedom and the agency in your life to pursue your own goals, whether those goals are attached to exercise or related to exercise or not, right? I personally have a lot of exercise related goals, and so when I am exercising, am actively pursuing those goals, and I try to take that time to push myself and to get that training in so that I can achieve this next milestone, right? But I also think that exercise enables me to pursue goals in my own personal life, in my professional life, or in school and work. It helps me to essentially reset. And exercise just allows me to come back, do my thing, and then blank slate. It gives me a creative baseline where then I can choose to do what I want with the rest of my day. And I can say, okay, today I'm gonna write some video for the internet or something. Or today I'm gonna prioritize time with my family, or I'm gonna prioritize time working on this project that needs to get done. And exercise as a buffer between like whatever you were doing before. Like for me, it's work, and I come home from work and somebody cut me off in traffic or something, and I'm just back and I'm frustrated about whoever cut me off in traffic. So I can go on a run and forget all about that. Boom, creative baseline, right? It's just a concrete slab that you can build on. And that's what I appreciate the most about exercise. Another pro to that is the way that it forces you to kind of be in tune with your physical self. You know, our physical selves and our mental selves or spiritual selves are all kind of entangled in many ways. It's important to tune into that entanglement, or even just tune into those individual aspects so that we can then move forward or just understand ourselves better. One of the things I love about exercise is it really forces you into that mindset of tuning into your physical self. When I'm out on a run, sometimes it's painful or I'm sore from the day before, and all of these things kind of compound into the creation of this focus on the self. Maybe I'm hungry. I've been running for a couple miles, and then I'm like, gosh, I could use a snack. Like, so I can break out a snack and I can eat one of those out of my dorky little fanny pack. Or maybe I'm thirsty and my body is giving me these signals, and I'm forced to do nothing but react and to actually tune into these signals and understand what my body needs from me. And that, I think, is a powerful tool in order to help you accomplish your goals, whatever they are, because it allows you to understand yourself better and really just tune in and let go, right? So I'm sure you'll hear anywhere on the internet, well, maybe not anywhere on the internet, but you'll hear plenty of places that exercise will improve your quality of life and it'll make everything better about XYZ. And it might not, make everything better, but I want to say from my personal experience that exercise has done nothing but improve my quality of life overall. Sometimes it's hard to lace up the shoes and to go out for a workout, or sometimes I've gotten injuries and it's been really frustrating and that has been difficult. But overall, the consistent use of exercise in my day-to-day life has been a net positive for me, and it's really kind of just created a lot of joy and a lot of depth in my life that I don't think I otherwise would have found without this consistent, relatively daily practice. It makes me feel healthier, it gives me more energy throughout the day, it resets my brain, it makes me feel calmer overall, it helps me deal with things like anxiety. It's just overall a really positive thing. I learn more about myself every time I set a new fitness goal, whatever that is, because that puts that goal in my brain and gives me something to actively work towards, even if in other areas of my life I feel like I may be stagnating or something. And I think that exercise and having exercise related goals, at least in my experience, really gives me something to work on separate from whatever my boss is telling me to work on or whatever my teachers are telling me to work on. Everything else comes from outside. This type of stuff comes from inside. Whether that goal is increasing my lifting PRs or increasing the mileage or running faster than I ever have, having those goals and working towards them puts it all in perspective and helps me learn that sometimes things you care about are difficult to achieve, and that is applicable to every area of your life. And if you want to invest in your relationship, or you want to invest in developing a business or passing school, then you're going to need to work for it. Putting yourself in an active routine can really help you get acquainted with that idea of effort and work overall. If you want something, you're going to have to work for it. But what I found is that often the most valuable part of that process isn't the achievement of the thing. It is the work that you do along the way. There was this quote. It was Sally McRae, her YouTube channel. She's an ultra runner. She said something along the lines of, the more you spread yourself out and spread yourself thin, the more of yourself you start to reveal. And there's like, when you're, I imagine it almost as you're like pulling this piece of fabric apart, and the further you stretch it, the more fibers you're able to see in the light. That's how I feel about running and about exercise in general, and I just think it's great. I don't know if you can tell from my beaming smile this entire video, and just the fact that I'm making a video about this, but exercise is just something that I really love, and I want to share that love with whoever is willing to watch. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming through. Now I have to edit this. I gotta so much work.